Morning, folks. Just waking up here, drinking my coffee, getting ready to go to work. I work about a half a day today, and then I'm gonna go to the dentist, and guess they're gonna put some kind of clay, some kind of molding in my mouth in order to get my top denture started. Past the teeth pulling phase, so now I'm at the I guess the rebuild phase. So that's great. I get to only work half a day, the job, and I get to get a little bit of closer to getting my teeth finished. I'm so ready to be done with this crap. It's a necessary process, but not fun. That's all I say about that. Let me go ahead and get into some news. The plan is, as long as everybody shows, we're going to get an interview with Clay Clark tonight, and it won't be aired for a few days as well. I'll let y'all know as soon as I find out some more confirmation about this, but he's on the schedule for us to interview him tonight, and that'll probably be over on This Way Network later in the week. And I will definitely let y'all know and keep y'all apprised of that. It'll be a Fox and Archibald show episode when it comes out. Let me go ahead and get into a little bit of news here. It says President Trump is requesting that the Clinton judge overseeing the Russiagate case be removed due to obvious conflict of interest. The corrupt liberal machine does not believe in addressing their obvious conflicts of interest. We saw it with the Russiagate nightmares. Corrupt FBI Director Jim Comey was fired, and his good friend FBI Director Robert Mueller was assigned over his case. The entire team that was put together under Mueller was a group of far-left, nutty, corrupt, Hillary-loving, Trump-hating prosecutors and investigators. The entire investigation was a sham run by biased individuals who hated Trump and who were on a mission to remove him from office. And there is no doubt about that one. It says President Trump recently sued a number of individuals for their action, related to the Russiagate sham that these corrupt Democrats and rhinos put America through, but somehow in this case was assigned to a Bill Clinton appointed judge. Of course it was. Now the president is moving that the courts replace the Clinton judge with someone who is not biased, the Washington Examiner reported. Former President DJT wants to remove the federal judge assigned in the lawsuit against Hillary Clinton, the Democratic National Committee, and others tied to the so-called Russiagate conspiracy. Trump's legal team filed a motion to disqualify U.S. District Court Judge Donald Middlebrooks, who is based in West Palm Beach, Florida, citing how the judge was only nominated by former President Bill Clinton in 1997 when his spouse was the First Lady. The filing stresses that there exists a reasonable bias that Judge Middlebrooks impartially will be questioned, and notes that the law is levied in part against Hillary Clinton, who ran the unsuccessful presidential campaign against Trump in 2016. In addition, the motion cites that Section 455 of the U.S. Code, which states any justice, judge, magistrate of the United States shall disqualify himself or herself from any proceeding in which impartiality might reasonably be questioned. Trump's filings do not make any mention of Middlebrooks' decision in 2016 to toss a civil racketeering lawsuit against the Clintons, which allegedly that the former Secretary of State used her private email accounts and changed U.S. foreign policies to seek speaking fees and donations to the Clinton Foundation. I know y'all know all about that. We discussed it in the past. Conflict of interest can be real or perceived. This conflict is real and perceived. And that is the absolute truth about that one. This is crazy. I am glad to see this stuff coming out. I hope they put Hillary where she belongs, behind one of those steel cages. Now here's a great story as well. I know y'all been keeping up with the backpack bandits. I guess I can say that over here on YouTube. The backpack bandits and the 2000 donkeys video with the Dinesh and True the V and everybody that's and even Gateway Pundit, everybody that is trying to get to the bottom of all this. It's happening in Pennsylvania as well, and we knew this. It was happening in several swing states, but we got some evidence coming out of Pennsylvania as of right now. It says hundreds of suspects filmed stuffing those boxes in PA Put but Republican District Attorney won't prosecute any of these suspects because not everyone has been identified. And the issue is these people are on film doing this, so they're co-busted, caught red-handed, and for some reason, I guess the investigation isn't got enough people to indict, or maybe they just don't want to get involved, or maybe they are putting all the names together and go after them all at one time. Who knows? We're just going to leave that one open because we don't know the actual why the Republicans are acting like that over there, other than they're probably rhinos. Let's see here. On October 28, 2021, at around 7:45 Eastern Time, two LCGC cameras captured a person of interest who was caught on video inserting some of them papers into them boxes in Lehigh County, Pennsylvania. The balding man is seen wearing a long-sleeve V-neck red shirt, gray jeans, black shoes, and a watch on his left wrist. He was carrying several papers and was filmed stuffing them in the boxes. There's a video about this over here on the Gateway. I'll leave you a link in the description below for both of these articles I've just read to you. It says the Pennsylvania State Senate Intergovernmental Operations Committee held a hearing on March 30th, 2022 on the boxes and the alleged trafficking in Lehigh County. And the video of the trafficking was shared as evidence with the committee members. They got to see it. There were hundreds of instances where similar instances of these people that took these backpack bandits that took place at the drop boxes during the selection. On Monday, Lehigh County District Attorney Jim Martin, a Republican, admitted that there was likely hundreds of instances where people deposited these things in the wrong way at the last minute. At least 288 people deposited more than one in the various boxes on video surveillance. The district attorney, Jim Martin, a Republican, then announced he will not prosecute the suspects because the prosecution, those few who identified can be proven would be unfair and unjust, given that much of larger numbers cannot be identified and who also deposited multiple papers. You can identify all these suspects who will not file charges against any of the. You can't identify all of the suspects, so we will not file charges against any of the suspects. And this guy's a Republican. Lehigh County District Attorney Jim Martin said Monday that there was likely hundreds of instances where people deposited more than one into the boxes between October 18th and November 2nd. It says here, based on the investigation, Martin said he found out that there was likely hundreds of instances where people deposited more than one in the boxes. Based on review by the detectives, at least 288 people done this various thing, and which were under video surveillance according to the news release of the DA's office. Martin said the vast majority of others captured on video deposited in their boxes also cannot be identified, and more than 14,800 of those papers were slid through the mail, should I say. There was no prosecution brought as a result of the investigation because the prosecutor for those few who are identified can be proven to be unfair and unjust. So they have the evidence, but they're not going to prosecute because they haven't identified all the suspects. You get that, right? If Republicans ever want to win again, they will have to start changing the criminal trafficking laws in the state and across the United States. We got to get this stuff fixed. That's the bottom line there. These Republicans over here in Pennsylvania that are fighting against the truth, fighting against selection integrity, they got to go. These folks have got to go. I hate to see it. Glad to see the exposure's coming. Glad to see these folks are getting called out. And I hope everybody involved goes to jail for just trying to steal our people picking process. That's all I really want to say about that. But I hate to report on this stuff, but at the same time, I want to bring you all the information just to keep people aware that more exposure is happening each and every day. Just a matter of time, this puzzle is going to come together, and it's going to be a full picture. Not just some stories put together that kind of add up, but we're going to eventually get the full picture. Probably in the name of that movie, 2,000 Donkeys. You know what I'm talking about. It says, Well, I'm about out of time here on my thing, but I'm gonna leave y'all another link to another video down here. Go check it out. It's Mark Levin, Special Investigation into the Biden family, and it is devastating. He tells it all. He is breaking out the truth. Matter of fact, I'll just make y'all a video